everybody, welcome back to my channel. I am doing a building video today. I'm very excited. Things are a little weird in this video, which I'll get into, but basically I'm building out my island entrance and the area over by my town hall. So it's looking good. I'm excited. It's gonna be great. And I will show you how everything goes and all my inspiration and everything. We're going for kind of a kidcore forest vibe for the front part of our island here, so I think it came together really well and I hope that you enjoy it too. So without further ado, I think we should just dive right into it. So obviously the first part was I needed to just move everything because everything was very in the way. So while I'm doing that, I'll tell you a little bit about what I'm going for here and I guess some unfortunate news about this build and a little bit of a spoiler. I don't have footage for me finishing out the whole build. I have a lot of it, but unfortunately I did not film some of it. I ended up going and getting my COVID vaccine and I was at my parents' house and I didn't have my recording stuff, and I felt bad after the vaccine, so I was just like, I want to play Animal Crossing all day, so I ended up just doing it without filming it, so I'm very sorry. But you know what? It is what it is, and you'll see the final product at the end, so very much apologize for that. But, so I'm kind of cleaning everything up here, getting everything ready, and then my inspiration, I'll stick them up here for you on the screen. We're going for just, you know, kidcore vibes. I'm looking to build like a big, enormous mountain behind the town hall here, so I'm kind of just getting started on that. And then we're gonna have like a river going down towards the airport with this like nice path that I found through creator codes and stuff, which I will also link in the description for you. Shout out to everyone who is good at making these creator codes and these awesome paths, because I couldn't do it. I couldn't do it without you, so 12 out of 10. So right now I'm just kind of like getting my path ready, getting it set up to kind of map out where I'm going, and then building out this cliff behind it as well. I'm not going to be doing the whole mountain in this video, but I just needed to map out where the stairs were going to be and everything like that. Also, literally just, I did not clear things away and I just like did it as I went along, and honestly it was kind of a mess, but it's fine. You know, I'm always a mess when I'm doing stuff, so no worries, no worries. So I wanted to kind of lay my path. Okay, Flick is so in the way. I'm gonna like lay out my path, get everything set up, and I'll adjust the path later. I know it's very straight. It's very much a straight line, but I just needed to get things laid out where I wanted them so I could see where I was going to be building waterfalls and stuff like that, and where the river was going to go. And the idea is that I'm going to have a river go down and connect to over by the airport, and I wanted to build like a big lake, not necessarily like a large pond, call it a large pond, over by the airport, because I think it kind of like comes together really well, and I have those double south mouths of the rivers. I don't know. So I wanted it to all kind of connect down there and everything, so I think it's looking really good. So now I'm just putting in the waterfall, getting it set up here to connect to the river. And then I wanted to have, you know, multiple stories or multiple tiers of my cliffs here, because you gotta have dimension. You've got to have dimension, and it always just looks so much better, I feel like, when you've got your multiple cliffs going on. That being said, it is very tedious, and this footage seems short, but literally I was at this for hours. I was at this for hours building this and putting this together. It really is. It's one of those games of where you have to be committed to like working on something for a while, but I kind of like that. I kind of like that about Animal Crossing, you know? So finally getting started on the river. I did have a lot of debate with myself because I was basing my ideas for this specific part of the build on this amazing picture that I saw on Pinterest, which is where I get literally all of my ideas from, by the way. I'll put it up on the screen for you here, but it looks amazing. It looks so good. And I didn't want to like fully recreate it, but I did really like the idea of this like cliff with the waterfalls and this like angled bridge going across. So I was trying to figure out how I could make that look good. And you know, I don't know if it looks as good as it does in that picture in the end, but I think it looks good, so I'm happy with it. Because it's always that debate of where like, do I just recreate it or do I like do my own thing? I try to do a mix of both because I want my island to be my own, but also like people have so much better ideas than me, and honestly like, you know, I'm not that good at like coming up with stuff, so I like having those inspirations and trying to build off of like other people's creativity, I guess. And then I was having a debate as well about like, do I want the bridge down here where the path curves and goes around to the town hall, or do I want it up higher? And so I kind of created like the start of this large pond that I previously mentioned. And I'm trying to build it out for that bridge. Eventually, I realized that it was going to be too close to the airport and I wasn't going to have room for what I wanted to do. So I ended up kind of like moving it a little bit because like, look at that, I'm like already down at the airport. I was like, no. So then I had to kind of readjust and change what I was doing. So I decided to rethink and move the bridge to be kind of up higher up here, and then you have to come around the path to get down to the town hall. So I'm just like adjusting the path to get a good idea of where things are gonna go. And then I just had to kind of like undo all of the river that I had just built, so it's a process. It's a whole process. You understand, of course. Again, me just like not moving the trees until the last second, because I don't know, I'm just lazy. It's just so much effort. And I wanted eventually this river to kind of connect over to where the other mouth of the river is, down on the bottom. That ends up happening later. It's not something I have footage of, unfortunately, but the river will go kind of around and connect to the other side, over to the left of where my airport is. Things change a little bit after I finish doing this. Flick literally so in my way again. He's just like watching me. I'm like, Flick, can you move? Can you move, please? Also, I learned throughout this video, I guess I kind of already knew this, but I'm so bad at making the angled river. I get so confused and I'm like, where do I need to put them? Like, what is going on? Trying to like get things to be looking right is just a disaster every time for me. So please don't judge my like not great skills at building rivers. It is what it is. So once that all kind of looked good, it's time to start building down by the airport. Again, I wanted just like big cliffs kind of everywhere. So I wanted to have a big cliff with a waterfall right by the airport here, to kind of block off the right side of the island, and then also just to give some more depth and dimension again to make it look nice and sort of natural, I guess. Like, I really like that vibe of like natural cliffs and stuff just like on the island. And then I wanted to like build my river down and connect it to where that cliff is and build my large pond. So I want it all to connect to the cliff down here at the bottom, and then on the right side it will kind of continue over and meet up with a river on the other side and then go out. So it'll kind of follow around where the town hall is, if that makes sense. And then of course up here, we need a source for this water, right? So you gotta have a waterfall. Where does the water come from to form the waterfall, you may ask? I don't know. I don't know. But it comes from somewhere. I'm also a very big fan of the like double-sided waterfall thing, like this. I think it looks so cute. The little single waterfall, but like going on both sides. I think it's so cool looking. I think it looks very cute. Very natural. So that was kind of the bottom of my airport. So now it was time to actually work on pathing here. So I started by kind of outlining the path. What I don't have in this video, but that I ended up doing in the end, was creating like a full path around and through some cliffs. And that was kind of my goal, was to have this like depth and height going on with a path kind of winding through it. And then the decorations I wanted to be, you know, still very natural but very kid-core, so I tried to add a lot of color and a lot of different features going on. So a picnic area, lots of kids' toys, things like that, but all very colorful and natural looking. And then doing these custom paths, it's very tedious because you have to go in every time and choose the next one you're gonna do. But I think it's so worth it. It looks so good in the end. And it's nice because you can kind of make them go wherever you want. I didn't have any sort of specific plan here. I was just kind of like going wherever felt right. And I really liked making it to where it kind of widens and then gets skinny again. I think it looks really good and really cool. And eventually I needed this path to come and meet up with where my bridge was going to be up here on the right. So I just kind of like worked my way around and kind of made a big circle here at the top where it meets the bridge. And then eventually the path would go around the other side too and kind of like weave around, which you'll see in the end. But I don't have footage of me making that again, so it ended up looking good, but the process was long of me creating all these paths. But something nice to do when I was feeling bad for my vaccine. So I tested the path a couple times, it was looking good, so then I went ahead and set up here for my bridge. I ended up deciding I wanted a little more room on this side, so I adjusted it. And once I had it looking good, I went ahead and put the bridge in. I went with the iron bridges, even though I was going for like a foresty theme, just because part of my island is also going to be kind of urban looking as well, so I kind of wanted to continue with that theme of like using, you know, the foresty, like cottagey vibes with that kind of like modern and urban look as well. And I think it looks good. I think it looks, my main theme is like colorfulness. So last thing here, I wanted to just adjust this path because, like I said before, it was very straight. It was all just like a straight line, so I wanted to make it come over and connect and look more natural than it did when it was literally just a straight line of pathing, so. Again, a very tedious process, but one that ends up looking really nice in the end, I think, so. If you're thinking about custom paths, definitely recommend it. Definitely would do it. Also, let's just take a moment here to appreciate Klaus. Look at him. He's just singing and she's just listening to him. Oh, so cute. Anyways, back to this. I didn't quite finish this path out, and I actually still haven't. I just kind of rounded it off at the end here and then was like, cool, and just kind of called it a day. I will probably edit it later, but I haven't really worked on the right side of my town hall yet, so it is what it is for now. So just added a few final changes to this path here. And once that was all set up, then we were good to go. Gonna walk it a few times, but it was looking real good, and I'm very happy with the end result. I still need to add more flowers and stuff here, but I did just add a few flowers at the end here, and I think they're looking, they really add to the ambiance, you know. I tried to add some variety in colors of flowers, but I haven't really had any time to breed them or anything yet, so I really have just the main ones. But here's my final walkthrough. Like I said, I didn't really film this part, but this was the final result of my entrance here, and I think it looks so good. I wanted it to just have all these elements of like natural, but also, you know, kid stuff. So I have toys, I think the Mario items look really good here. Some of the mushroom lamps, obviously my big teddy bears gotta be there, got to be there. And then my little tire toys. And I think it all just fits together so well. You can't even see me, that's awkward. So it's just a nice little like walkthrough area with the cliffs, and then it looks so good with the bridge. I added my red incline up there. And then I'll have to add more here with like decorations, but it looks so good and I'm so happy with the way it turned out. There's my town hall. I also put in the Mario pipe here because I thought, what a good way to go to and from your entrance. So there it is, there's my island entrance. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you enjoyed, even though I don't have all the footage, but you know what? It all came together, so thanks for watching and I will see you next time.